Okay, get ready, because this recap is going to take you directly into the heart of one of the wildest, most gut-punching episodes of In the Eye of the Storm yet. It's Season 2, Episode 5, and if you thought tornadoes were just a springtime thing, this episode flips that whole idea upside down. We're talking Christmas lights tangled in debris, lives turned upside down in minutes, and raw survival woven through every scene. So if you want the full breakdown, not just the chaos but the humanity that shines through, stay tuned, because this one is a jaw-dropper. Right from the start, the episode sets a tense and eerie mood. Thunder is rumbling and fire is roaring on the soundtrack, and we immediately hear meteorologist Stefano DiPietro's urgent voice crackling through a tornado funnel cloud is touching down. Not your usual cheerful holiday news. The setting is Clarksville, Tennessee, just days before Christmas, and the town is in full holiday swing. Parades, music, people out shopping, kids amped for winter break. Through the eyes of Cameron McNeil, a local who's excited for some family downtime after a late night out in Nashville, we get a picture of what seems like a typical festive weekend. But there's subtle, creeping dread in the clouds overhead. What looks like just another thunderstorm is about to unleash absolute havoc. Meteorologist Stefano gives us crucial background about this so-called second severe weather season, a time just deadly as spring, only most people don't expect it. Over the days leading up to December 9th, a monster storm is brewing, with cold air colliding, and the atmosphere primed for destruction. The tension mounts as Stefano spots a large funnel cloud moving east on Whitfield Road. A tornado is now on the ground, and he's frantically urging viewers to get to their safe spaces. We jump between perspectives as the threat escalates. A storm chaser, Connor Healy, is out on the roads with his ex-girlfriend Summer, hoping for a quiet holiday. But he can hear the telltale roar of a tornado through the trees, and his experienced eye knows exactly what's about to happen. It's terrifying, especially because he knows the tornado is heading straight for neighborhoods teeming with families. The panic hits as winds whip up and sirens scream. Connor narrowly escapes, finding no one hurt nearby. In his own words, a miracle. But he knows the rest of Clarksville is still squarely in the storm's crosshairs. The editing masterfully cranks up the anxiety. Cameron, for example, is driving as usual, nearly home, expecting nothing but some rain. Suddenly, cars are screeching to a halt. Explosions rip through the air, electricity crackles out. Glass shatters, metal collides, tires scream. The tornado's arrival flips peace into terror in seconds. Cameron scrambles into a McDonald's nearby, begging staff to take the warnings seriously and get people to safety. It's chaos, with no alarms, just instinct and desperation. We see the storm's randomness in Michael Elliott's story. He's out with his son, who is obsessed with meteorology, hoping to shoot some lightning videos. Again, no warning, just a fun outing that flips into horror when the tornado appears. They dash into an apartment complex, hail pounding outside. Michael's shock is clear. If he'd known, he wouldn't have tempted fate. One of the episode's most heart-wrenching moments comes courtesy of Caitlin Champlin and her family. They're at the gym, celebrating what's supposed to be a milestone, opening a new location. Within seconds, joy turns to survival. Debris flies, windows explode. All thoughts vanish except for saving the kids. Caitlin and her dad barely have time to grab their loved ones before taking shelter. crawling through a crushed exit. Survivors emerge, stunned they made it out alive. Grandkid hugs and prayers mix with total disbelief. The visuals are relentless. The tornado carves a path through Clarksville, the damage illustrated by a flipped 18-wheeler barely missing a building, roofs ripped off, and homes blown to bits. Ashley knocks at the post office, can hardly believe the destruction she witnesses. If the tornado had shifted just a few feet, everything would have changed. Stefano's reports hammer home the scale, calling the tornado 2 to 3 football fields wide. The scars it leaves are both physical and emotional. As he admits, it pulls at your heartstrings. The threat isn't over. As survivors start piecing together the aftermath, radar shows more supercells heading toward Nashville. Another tornado touches down in Belshire, and panic spreads. Nashville's population density makes this ominous. A direct hit could become one of the state's worst disasters. Locals like Philip, who grew up mesmerized by the movie Twister, find themselves catching video of tornadoes exploding through neighborhoods, causing massive power outages, transformer explosions, and literal fireballs lighting up the night. Justin from Nashville Electric Service is on edge, knowing a key power substation could be wiped out with catastrophic consequences. As darkness falls, tornado sirens wail and visibility drops. A tornado is now a lurking monster, impossible to see, but all too real. We pivot to the story of Heather Ashley Fulbright and her family at Big Play, an entertainment center. It's packed with families and kids, no one expecting doom. Suddenly, phone alarms blare with a tornado warning. Heather shrugs it off at first, but then everything shifts hail pounds. The sky turns pitch black, and outside, the storm is about to hit hard. Blake Alexander Keeler, working nearby, describes the surreal fear. The darkness so complete, it's unlike anything he's seen in Tennessee before. He frantically calls his wife to warn her. She races to pick him up and grab their daughter. Cheyenne, his wife, doesn't want her car sucked into the storm and speeds to get everyone inside the building. The tornado descends like a freight train. Glass shatters, winds howl, metal flies. Somehow, everyone in the store gets out unharmed. Even as the building floods, the miracle is that they're together. Inside Big Play, the panic is palpable. A 17-year-old calls out, "It's here," as Heather upstairs realizes her kids are downstairs. Despite her fear, her only concern is for them. Kali, Heather's daughter, throws herself over 2 little kids with her brother in the middle, desperately trying to protect them while the world shakes apart. The moment they reunite, there's relief, tears, and raw gratitude. Kylie saved her little brother's life. Once the danger passes, Heather shifts into emergency mode, moving everyone out, stepping over broken glass, and checking for injuries. The aftermath is surreal. Kids shell-shocked, parents just grateful for survival, the neighborhood utterly transformed. When the episode finally starts to wind down, we see the emotional ripple effects. Sirens blare, families pile into cars, picking up the pieces. Survivors like Heather and Cameron are staggered by what they've just lived through, humbled and traumatized by the knowledge that not everyone was so lucky. Stefano's narration sums it up. Aerial footage shows the scars across Clarksville and Hendersonville, the randomness of who lived and who didn't. This episode doesn't give simple answers or tidy resolutions. Instead, it plunges viewers into the terror, confusion, and small mercies found in disasters, asking tough questions about fate and resilience. From the adrenaline-soaked escapes to the quiet gratitude afterward, it forces us to face how quickly our lives can change, and how, in the midst of a storm unlike any other, the strength of ordinary people shines brightest. So, wrapping up In the Eye of the Storm Season 2, Episode 5 delivers a visceral, immersive journey through the experience of a deadly tornado outbreak in Tennessee. It's not just about flying debris and roaring wind, but about families, courage, heartbreak, and survival against incredible odds. Watching these stories unfold will definitely leave you with chills. Now, I want to hear from you. What moments struck you the most? Did you relate to the panic, or were you moved by the reunions and relief afterward? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video if you felt the tension. Share it with anyone who needs a reminder of nature's power. And don't forget to subscribe for more real life survival stories just like this one. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next recap.